Good to be back home after the couple road wins we had up at Youngstown, Robert Morris. Good to be back here. This one tonight in front of a good crowd. Appreciate the fans coming out. Greek life coming out. I only have to talk to somebody later on about that Special Olympics game at halftime. That was probably pretty entertaining. So I'm glad they were able to play and get here to be able to see us and get on the court and play in front of some fans there. So really proud of that. Proud of our team and effort. I thought the effort was good all night long. The execution and maybe some of the finishing was not as pretty as what we would have liked to be when we get back home. But you fight through it and you make free throws and you do what you need to and you survive and advance. And that's kind of what you do when you start classes back up and things are a little bit different now. It's not just all basketball. They got to be student athletes, which is important. So little extra, less sleep for them now than what they had probably over break. So got to get back into a little bit of a routine, and knew it was going to be a tough game. Milwaukee just doesn't quit ever, and then they start making some shots like they did. That's, people asked before what were some keys. It's guard inside, but also guard to three, and they got hot there in the fourth quarter and made a good run at us. But we held strong and did what we needed to.
Anything specific? I'll keep going. Focus on the wall.
Yeah, I think like Milwaukee inside they're two different. They complement each other really well. I thought actually these two here with me, Abby did a really good job early on Milwaukee inside and guarding, and then Mia Jordan came in and Jemiah had her for a little bit as well. Of just making it tough for her to catch it in her spot on her spots on the block, and pushing her away from the block as much as possible. And then Karina had Lohman most of the night, and just trying to be active and not let her get to those elbow jump shots or get those open threes, and then doing what we needed to there while being able to help guard inside and then get back out. And it's a team effort because then they start bouncing on putting some dribbles together. We're attacking them a little bit, getting some deflections. We chart that. Halftime, we had 23 steals and deflections, so that's a big number for a half. And so it's not just these two; it's a team effort.
Maybe Coach the last couple games during this now 6-week streak. May not. You're doing. What is your mind? Focus. What's your mind?
Yeah, I'm not afraid to be physical when I'm going up for a rebound, and I try and do a good job of recognizing who's shooting the ball and knowing if they've shot the last shot short, maybe it's short or long. And when I go crash the board, I think I'm going to go get it. I jump up with two hands, and especially offensively, I'm trying to get another shot for my team.
What's your mindset was got to the line a little bit more, ended up with 20. But what was it that did different?
Well, like Coach said, he said sometimes I go into the lane and look for a foul, which is not true all the time. But my goal was just to stay control and just feel the shot instead of rushing it and letting them rush me and try to get a foul. And I just want to drive in, I keep on attacking, but this time be more like mindful what I'm doing and just be in control, slow down, just make the shot.
I think we talked about that a little bit after the homestand last week. Not a ton. I think the bench we've changed some things there. Starting Maya a little bit. Maya has been playing well and doing a really good job. And nothing that Noel did, which I think we talked about. Just being more aggressive to start with that way. And Noel comes in and makes some shots for us. Didn't make the one that she took tonight by any means, but nobody else did either. So she fit right in. You know, it's just the way we're playing, the effort that our players are giving. You know, I think everybody's buying in, and you know, we talked about last time of trusting and confidence in each other, and I think you can see that out there majority of the time. You know, I think we were shaky a little bit tonight with some passing and some cutting. You know, not doing some things we have talked about not doing, but there's an open spot there, and there's an open spot for a reason. That's somebody else is going to come there, and not you. And so those are things that we can go clean up next couple of days before we go to Wright State. I think it starts with our guards. Tasha's doing a better job of controlling the pace and not trying to force some stuff, maybe that she did early on. I think Karina's getting more comfortable growing each game and getting under control. Not as many turnovers. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah. Post players, a big thing we're not doing. We're not setting a ton of illegal screens like we were early on, or at PFW. So, you know, those things have cleaned up, so we've been able to get some shots. We have to take advantage of it and make some of them. You know, we can't rely on the defense and hold them to 55 points or whatever we did tonight and win a bunch of games in this league. We got to find ways to score. Huge, you know, and we've talked about that because I think about a week ago, if we had 17 offensive rebounds, we might have had 10 or 11 second chance points. So I think we've been able to finish and do some things a little bit better there. You know, I know we missed some. You know, we talked about one at halftime sitting over here to the left, but it's okay, you know, because again, we got most of those the second half. You know, I think out of the 24, I think probably 14 of them were in the second half because I think I looked at it, we had 10 at halftime. You know, and that's big because we're not scoring. So create those extra possessions for us, get us good looks, but also get us to the free throw line. You know, because now we can attack, go up strong finish, try to get the and one, or at least get to the free throw line so we can knock down two. And I thought our players did a good job, and Abby did a good job. I thought Maya and Maddie were crucial on the offensive boards as well. All good? All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.